Draft, Traditional Draft, Guilds Ravnica. I like having a bigger, I like having the screen bigger again. It's nice. I miss having it full screen. It's more immersive this way. I feel like I'm in a Magic tournament. I can smell the smells. I can taste the crappy in-hall concession. I can hear the obnoxious announcements for draft pods firing. Let us begin. Oh, hello, Planeswalker. What do we have here? That, my friends, is a Dovin Grand Arbiter. Interesting little card. It's cheap. Enters the battlefield on 3 mana. It has decent loyalty. You can have it go up to 4 the turn it enters play, and even higher if you have some creatures that are attacking. And it can protect itself by spitting out a Thopter to chump 1 blocker. I'm taking Dovin here, and it's not much of a choice. Sadly, we're passing a Gateway Sneak. Pairs quite well with Dovin. But yeah, we're going to take a Dovin here and see what happens. Not a lot. Can't get married to our first pick. We'll try and play it no matter what, though. Like, we could splash it in a Simic deck. We could splash it in an Orzhov deck. Preferably just play it in Azorius. But yeah, we'll take Dovin here. Adds a nice bit of power to our draft, and it's a nice little rare draft. Let's see, do I own any of these yet? This thing is bugged out. It's not showing me yet. Okay, let's take Dovin.
I will gladly point out your inadequacies.
Sweet. Well, so the rare was taken here, and they actually took the rare over Sharkter Crab, so it must have been a pretty good rare. Can't really tell what it was. Like I was saying, we can still splash Dovin in an Azorius deck, and you could probably still splash Sharkter Crab in a... splash Dovin in a Simic deck or splash Sharkter Crab in an Azorius deck, so I'm just going to take Grandpa Shark here. Wouldn't mind getting a Sage's Row Savant back. Wouldn't mind getting a final payment. Yeah, let's take a Sharkto Crab. I watched Reed Duke's VOD from yesterday, and he had 2 Cry the Carnariums in like a very, very, very controlling Esper deck in Limited. It was somewhat interesting, but and all his creatures had 3 toughness or 4 toughness, so Cry the Carnarium worked better in his deck, but not something you can normally play with. I'm gonna go ahead and take Sharkto Crab. So here we now see an uncommon is missing. We've got Windstorm Drake and Orzhov Enforcer in the pack. So a rare and an uncommon are taken from this pack. Let's see what that uncommon was. Windstorm. It was a Trollbred Guardian. The 5 mana 5/5 adapt creature in green that has a 2 and a green to adapt +2, and it says when a creature you control with +1/+1 counter on it has trample, etc., and so on. So that is a green card. That means that possibly the Simic angle of this deck could get cut pretty hard. But the Azorius angle, have no evidence that that's getting cut yet. There is a Windstorm Drake in this pack. It pairs quite well with Dovin. It makes you want to play a lot of flyers, and a lot of flyers are really good with Dovin. And this also makes your Thopters better. I was just listening to the beginning of the Limited Resources podcast, and they were talking about Windstorm Drake and how it's worse than Chillbringer, and I think I agree with him. But there's no Chillbringer in this pack, so I think we'll take a Windstorm Drake. The other option is maybe a Fairy Duelist, or Titanic Brawl, or the Orzhov Enforcer. If I was more heavily skewed for black or something like that, I think I'll just take the Windstorm Drake. We already have 2 blue cards, somewhat incentivized to take those. This pack, pretty dull. There's a Storm Strike, which is probably like the most efficient best card in this pack. This Cruel Guild game, not too interested in. There's also a Skitter Eel. Skitter Eel is Deece, can become a 5/5 at will. Very decent 4-drop. I was desperately short on these in my Biomancer's Familiar deck from yesterday. Another uncommon is missing, so a rare, an uncommon, and a common are taken out of this pack. We got Cavalcade and Calamity and Smeltward Ignis. Cavalcade. Oh, I've selected something? Yeah. Okay, we don't know. It was either a Spirit of the Spires or a Silhana Wayfinder. I think the bots would take either of these cards over the Cavalcade and the Smeltward Ignis, so don't know for certain. Hopefully it wasn't the Spirit of the Spires. It's another card I'd be interested in getting a lot of for Windstorm Drake reasons and Dovin Grand Arbiter reasons, but we're just going to take a Skitter Eel here and continue to straddle that line between potential plays. Here's a few options. There's a Sky Tether. Let's look again. Sky Tether and Eyes Everywhere. Sky Tether. Can't spell correctly. Thought I could. Yeah. And what was the other one? Eyes Everywhere. So there's a Flames of the Raised Boar, the red 6 mana, deal 4 +2 to everything else if you have Ferocious. Yeah, we're just gonna take old Sky Tether here. It's a decent signal that white is open, and the fact that we're still seeing Sage's Row Savants and Slime Binds here is nice. Final payment decent, but I think at this point might be more interested in splashing the green, but maybe not. But I think Sky Tether is not that much worse than Final Payment in just a white deck, and if we can make Dovin more playable, the better. We'll go ahead and take Sky. Not that interested in Eyes Everywhere, although I would take it on the way back. This pack, basically Jund, green, red, and black cards. There is an Orzhov Locket. Could take that. Could also just take the Gateway Plaza. I think I'll go ahead and take the Gateway Plaza. Might need it to play a 3-color deck. Passing on, I guess the next best card is like a Drill Bit or a Robobelt Runner. Jund. Tin Street Dodger. Here's a Sage's Row Savant. There's also a Fairy Duelist. I like Sage's Row Savants a fair amount, but Fairy Duelist is probably just better. 8 flies helps out Dovin, and just the end of the battlefield trigger is pretty tricksy. You can do some nifty stuff with that. You can block opponents' Death Touchers and all kinds of fun stuff. It's close, but I think I'll take the Fairy Duelist, mostly because of the Dovin here. And the Windstorm Drake. Well, also Sage's Row Savant just trades with anything. I convinced myself otherwise. I like Sage's Row Savant, just the ability to set up your draws is nice. Here's a Bring to Trial. I think Bring to Trial is decent. Mostly put it in the sideboard, although maybe it's at the point now where enough people are just playing the Gate decks and stuff that I'll main deck it. Speaking of Gate decks, hello Gateway Sneak. Wow, I can't believe that came all the way back. I guess the bots are still not evaluating some of the Gate payoffs too highly. I'll take the Gateway Sneak and be fairly pleased for it. Here's a Simic Guildgate. Yeah, I think I'll just take that rather than any of this other stuff. I'm somewhat incentivized to splash the green for Shark to Grab and play Gates or Gateway Snakes, so we'll just take the Simic Guildgate. So far, not locked onto white. We do know that a green uncommon was taken from us from the bots, so might be tricky to get a hold of a full Simic deck. Here we could take a Wrecking Beast and like really go off. We could take a Viscopa Vampire. We could just take a Humongulus. I think I'll take... Well, let me think here. At this point, we're sort of blue, mostly in blue, with a splash of white and green. If we end up more Simic-y, we're not going to play Viscopa Vampire. We would splash Sky Tether, Bring to Trial, and Dovin, but not a Viscopa Vampire. If we end up more Azorius-y, we'd prefer to have Viscopa Vampire than a Humongulus. Yeah, I think I'll just take the Viscopa Vampire. Probably won't miss not having a Humongulus. Let's just check. Oh, is it not doing the collection? I kind of like having the little collection view. I don't know how to go to that, unfortunately, once it's already been open. We'll just take... Pretty sure I have 4 of all these. Take the Cavalcade of Calamity for Vault Progress. Oh, wow. So another Sage's Row Savant came back, as well as a Simic Guildgate. That's tough. I like Sage's Row Savant. It's like sadly one of the best 2-drops in blue. It's either that or the Fairy. And actually even in blue/white, because white only brings Impassioned Orator and the 3/1 to battle, whereas again I'd still prefer the Scry 2 Enter the Battlefield effect. But there's also the Simic Guildgate. That would allow us to splash the Shark Crab and make my Gateway Sneak better. I think we have to take the Guildgate. Take an XP next. And a Shimmer possibility. Okay, our deck is fine. Here is a gaggle of so-so 2-drops. And Tithe Taker is okay. Forbidding Spirit is okay. Minister of Obligation is actually pretty decent. Passion Orator, Syndicate Master. But there's also a Chillbringer, and Chillbringer is great. I think I've been taking Chillbringer not highly enough. At least if I want to have any in my deck, I need to take them more highly, because the bots are taking this card pretty highly. Not too worried about passing out on the Tithe Taker. I don't think it's going to that heavily impact Standard. Yeah, so I think I'll just take the Chilly Willy here, and maybe I'll get back one of these white commons. Or this Simic Guildgate or something else. We'll take the Chillbringer here. Now there's a Simic Ascendancy. It's also an Azorius Guildgate. Simic Ascendancy is not terrible. Initially, if you read... Basically, if you read any text other than the first line, which is put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, you might be tricked into thinking that this card's completely unplayable because putting 20 counters on some creature of yours is just not really feasible in a game of Limited. However, spending 3 mana to put a counter on a target after you've resolved the Simic Ascendancy, that's not bad, and it's a great way to be able to spend mana that you don't otherwise need. I think I'm going to take the Simic Ascendancy here, and maybe look to play a little bit more green than we might have otherwise thought. We'll go ahead and take that here. Maybe I'll get the Azorius Guildgate on the way back. Let's take the rare, the Simic Ascendancy here. Here's a Biogenic Upgrade. There's also a Summary Judgment, a Skitter Eel, etc. I think I'd rather have the Summary Judgment than the Biogenic Upgrade. Is that crazy? I know Biogenic Upgrade is incredibly powerful, but yeah, you can put +2/+2 on 3 creatures you control, or double counters that already exist. But Summary Judgment it's a very solid removal spell, prevent you from getting completely run over. I think I'm going to take the Summary Judgment here and maintain the course, passing up on a Skitter Eel. Maybe that comes back. Maybe the Orzhov Guildgate or Sphinx's Insight comes back. I think I'm going to take Summary. Just out of curiosity, Daggercaster, Biogenic Upgrade were in the pack still. We'll see what the bots in the other direction are taking. Vindictive Vampire, black, uncommon. Okay. Let's take, I think I'm taking the Summary Judgment here. It's a Galloping Lizrog, a Fairy Duelist, Steeple Creeper, Simic Guildgate, etc. I've really not been that impressed by Galloping Lizrog. It's hard to assemble that many +1/+1 counters on your creatures. Obviously, him becoming gigantic is nice, but there are a fair number of Death Touch creatures and, you know, spot removal that can take this thing down. I've not been terribly impressed by Galloping Lizrog. I'm just going to take a Fairy Duelist here and continue to straddle that line of, are we Azorius? Are we Simic? This plays, the Fairy Duelist plays pretty well with the Dovin. Yeah, I think I'll take him here, passing on a Simic Guildgate for the moment. Not too excited by Rally to Battle either. Oof. Oof! Sunder Shaman and a Gates Ablaze. This is a good pack. Jeez, what did they take over Sunder Shaman? Sunder Shaman, Gates Ablaze. They used to take Sunder Shaman incredibly highly. And now they've taken multiple commons over it? Maybe they're smarter and they're actually realizing that they... Yeah, there's a Sphinx of New Prov. That sucks. So getting a little cut into Azorius from that direction. But there's also a Law Mage's Binding. Go ahead and take the Law Mage's Binding. Passing on another Guildgate. Alright, let's look at this sucker. So in terms of our white cards, we got this. In terms of our green cards, we got some ones we've taken quite early. So basically, we'll maybe be splashing Shark Crab. It's harder to splash Simic Ascendancy, but you still only need a single green source to start putting a counter onto a creature, and it's hard to expect you'll have 6 mana that you're willing to invest into just putting counters on creatures, so the fact that you only have a single green source isn't too bad. But I wouldn't splash a Steeple Creeper in a green deck, nor would I main deck a Prowling Caracal, very likely. Not interested in tower defense unless I get go full high alert. Guess I'll just take the Steeple Creeper, see where that goes. So this is last new pack we're going to see. There's an Eyes Everywhere in this pack, which could be interesting. There's also a Sphinx's Insight, which isn't terrible, and an Azorius Guildgate. I think I'll take the Azorius Guildgate. Helps splashing the white. Goes well with the Gateway Sneak. Not too excited by either of these cards relative to the Guildgate. Go ahead and take that here. Last new pack we will see. There's another Guildgate, there's a Slimebind, and a Wall of Lost Thoughts. I think in this spot I'll take the Slimebind. Decent flash, somewhat removal. So Syndicate Messenger came back, and also a Sage's Row Savant. I think I'll take the Messenger. It's also Simic Guildgate, but getting just flyers is good for the Windstorm Drake and the Dovin. And just decent blockers is good. Do have a Sage's Row Savant and a Fairy Duelist right now. There's also the third Simic Guildgate, but I think we're doing okay on gates for right now. There's also a Seraform Hybrid. Really straddling that line. Let's Shimmer possibly. Yeah, we're pretty light on creatures. We're gonna need a fair number of them. Put that back in. Shark to Crab. Could just take the Soroform and go back to being more green than blue. It's really tricky. So far, our removal of Sky Tether and Slimebind don't pair particularly well with Soroform Hybrid. While I guess they do pair better with the Syndicate Messenger. And we do have a fair number of more white cards than we have green cards. It'd be nice to just splash the green in rather than the white. I think I'll take the Syndicate Messenger there. It's getting tricky. There's a Titanic Brawl, another Steeple Creeper, a Simic Locket. I think we'll take the Simic Locket here. Reasonable way to splash our green. Oh, the second Skitter Eel came back. Let's make this big again. Go ahead and take that. Another Simic Guildgate. Yeah, I'll take that over basically nothing. And we get a Soroform Hybrid last pick, basically. Anyway, take the Tower Defense for considerations and the Stony Strength. Well, there's a Deputy of Detention. That's a pretty easy slam pick there. Pretty nice. Passing on the Essence Capture, Slimebind, Azorius Guildgate. Sphinx of Guild Pack, not that just interesting. Okay, we'll take the Deputy of Detention. So far, we're 3 for 3 on taking a rare. Although, actually, I guess we did get past the Simic Ascendancy, so we didn't take that rare first. Didn't take our rare first pick. And now there's a Gate Colossus. We actually have quite a few gates. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go ahead and take the Gate Colossus. This card is just great. It always helps me out. And actually, I think we're at the point we could take a Sheep if we see one as well. Take old Gate Colossus. There's a Consecrate, Consume. Not really going to be able to play that. There's just another Chillbringer. Applied Biomancy's okay. Yeah, we'll just take our second Chillbringer. That'll pretty much cap off our 5-drops. We have a Windstorm Drake and 2 Chillbringers. Go ahead and take that guy. Would love like a Deploy or something like that. Gyre Engineer. I don't think we're at the point where we're playing a Gyre Engineer. I think we're way more a white-blue, and it's pretty hard to... You want Gyre Engineer to come in down on turn 3, and given that mostly our green source is going to be the Simic Guildgates, Gateway Plaza, and the Simic Locket, maybe it's pretty hard to guarantee we'll have a green source on turn 3. Whereas Azorius Night Arbiter is pretty solid. It's also unblockable, so he does continue to pair pretty well with Dovin, wherever Dovin's hiding. There he is, and a decent blocker. It would be our 4th 5-drop, which is getting a little pricey, but I think we'll take the Night Arbiter. Wouldn't mind the Concordia Pegasus coming back, kind of. Another Gate Colossus? Don't mind if I do. Alright, now we should take some gates even more highly than we already were. There's another Sage's Row Savant, another Slimebind, a Thought Collapse. Let's look at our spells. We've got Sky Tether, Summary Judgment, Slimebind, the Shimmer Possibility. We got Bring to Trial, Law Mage's Binding, Deputy of Detention. In terms of our curve, I don't think Soroform Hybrid will see play, nor Steeple Creeper. We'll probably splash the Shark to Crab, and maybe the Simic Ascendancy, probably, maybe, I don't know. Now that we have the double Gate Colossus, we're not too worried about the Simic Ascendancy. We do have, I think we can take another Slimebind in this spot. Slimebind actually works pretty well with Gate Colossus because he can attack past anything with power 2 or less, which Slimebind often will help produce. I think I prefer to have that over the Thought Collapse or the Savant. I'll take the second Slimebind. Let's make this bigger again. There's a Sentinel's Mark. Sentinel's Mark and Gate Colossus is a bit of a combo, but I think just more Slimebinds seems good to me. Yep. That we have a whole lot of slime binds. Pretty happy with the essence capture probably. There was one in my opening pack that we passed. I wonder if that one will come back too. We just need a couple random critters. And now that we have triple slime bind though, we have a decent play to deploy on turn 2. And we have a decent amount of creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we're okay on creatures. Plus Dovin makes Thopters. Take the essence capture here. Yeah, there's the other one that came all the way back. Guess I'll take that one too. Not gonna splash open the gates or Scrabbling Claws. I think I'll just take the Prying Eyes against a very controlling deck of some kind. Here we'll just take a Bloodmist Infiltrator for... I guess we can take a 10th District Veteran. We might be forced to play that. And I'll take the Clear the Mind for sideboard. Stony Strength. Oh, I thought Collapse came back. And a Goblin Gathering. Alright. Get the Goblin Gathering out of there. This is 47 cards right now. We ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gates. I think that's enough for the Gate Colossuses. Colossi. Cards that are definitely coming in. I think the Shimmer can go. Probably the 3 Slime Binds. Probably the Essence Captures. We could probably sideboard the Bring to Trial. We actually didn't get that many flyers for Windstorm Drake. We got a Syndicate Messenger and a Fairy Duelist, and no 3-drop flyers, and obviously the 2 Chillbringers. Maybe Windstorm Drake doesn't make the cut. Don't want to have too many 5s. Shark to Crab I still think is decent enough to splash. I might be doing on 3. So we got Gateway Sneak, Deputy Detention, Viscopa Vampire, and the Locket. I don't think we need him. What does that bring us to? Creatures? 14 creatures? That's probably about right. I kind of like the Simic Ascendancy just because I have double Essence Capture and Thought Collapse, giving me something to use my mana on if my opponent doesn't play something worthy of countering is nice. I actually have a decent number of 3s to deploy, so I'm not locked on the Simic Locket. Lockety-lock-locket it. I think we'll do okay with the Guild Gates for Green Splash. So we can drop the Locket. Drop it like it's Locket. Hey, Stone Life. Thanks for checking in. How's your day going? I think this deck is pretty sweet. Could have used a deploy or something like that, but aside from that, pretty darn good. 14 creatures, 11 non-creatures. Got Lami's Binding, Dovin. Simic Ascendancy. Most of what we want to counter is creatures anyway, so we could drop the Thought Collapse. We have to cut 2 cards here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, changing the bricks. Like changing the pads, or the, I assume the pads, not the rotors or anything like that. That's not too bad, as long as you don't leak brake fluid everywhere. I did that. I took mechanics. Yeah, pads. I took mechanics in high school. And so, how many years ago was that? 16 years ago. And we did pads and replaced the brake fluid at one point. I seem to remember it being not that complicated, but making a mess of everything. I remember getting brake fluid like everywhere. You'll be fine. Just watch. You'll have YouTube videos. You'll be fine. I think I might cut. Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creature sort of removal-ish spells. Don't want to have too many counter spells. Let's cut an Essence Capture. And a Slime Bind. Let's give that a shot. Go with that. Decent changes we can make post-board. Can bring the Slime Bind, can bring Ring to Trial, Windstorm Drake, Essence Capture. If we're getting milled, we can bring in Clear the Mind. If we for a super grindy deck, we can bring in Prying Eyes, draw more cards. I think this is pretty good. We have no life gain whatsoever. Actually, that's not completely true. We have Dovin's minus can gain us 1 life. So like a Ill-Gotten Inheritance is something we have to deal with. He didn't get any enchantment removal either, so we will eventually have to like kill our opponent. But actually, that's not true. We have Viscopa Vamper. He'll gain us life. But Gate Colossus, he closes out a game pretty fast. Do I want any forests? Given that I have Thought Collapse and Essence Capture, somewhat disincentivized to play forests. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sources of green mana for the Shark Crab and the Simic Ascendancy. I think that's probably enough. I think we can cut this forest. Yeah, we'll probably need more white mana. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, get in there. Get in there, Plains. We got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blue sources. We can probably cut to 11 blue sources. 1, 2, 3. So that's 7, 8, 9 white sources. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue sources. Well, good luck, Stone Life. Do not get crushed by your car falling off its stands. Yeah, this deck is Dece plus, I would say. Glad I was taking the gates as highly as I did, although given that there's a Slime Bind and an Essence Capture in my sideboard at present, means maybe I should have taken some gates even higher than that. Let's go ahead and submit. I don't think the veteran appropriately displays us. I think this is a Dovin deck. We're hoping to Dovin it. Da 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 da. I'm Dovin it. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I'm Dovin it. There we go. No, deck name too long. Good enough. Alrighty. We got everything up. We got Deck Master. We got music. We got this thing. Let's do it. Let's play the games. First time with Simic Ascendancy. We'll see whether I initially wrote it off completely as being a terrible card. Then I was brought back to sort of sanity, is that it's like a playable card. 3 mana, put a counter on your creature persistently. That's could be good. And now I'm not completely sure, but this hand is great. Got a 2, 3, 4, 5 curve. And Sage's Roast Savant, well, dig us up lands and whatnot. Could use like a removal spell that is not a Deputy of Detention, but aside from that, feeling good. And we got all the gates we need for an early Gate Colossus, hopefully. Right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana towards a Gate Colossus. Because gates count double, they reduce the cost of a Colossus and also tap for the mana to cast it. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have a Zertal Goblin here. Okay, Silhana Wayfinder, what's he digging for? He put a Gravelhide Goblin on top. Alrighty. This is an interesting spot. I kind of want to be able to deploy my 4-drops on curve. Yeah, I guess I'll just play the Savant here, and then possibly not play my 3-drop on 3. I wouldn't mind this Sky Tether. Not too worried about the Night Arbiter for right now, so I think I'll do top on the Tether, and no thank you, Night Arbiter for now. I'll just snap block here if my opponent attacks. We're planning to not make a play next turn, so I'd prefer actually for Gravelhide Goblin be the creature I kill, but I have Sky Tether in the leg for that. Shocking himself. Oh, looks like he's playing a 3 instead. A Braintree Vandal, eh? I think I'm just gonna... Well, let's see. I know I'm drawing Sky Tether. Oh, I don't have white mana up? Oh, so I guess I can't Sky Tether. I guess I can't Sky Tether that and still play to my plan of Simic Guildgate into 4-drops. I think I'm just going to Deputy Detention this thing. He attacks well into both my 4-drops anyway. And if my Deputy Detention dies and this guy comes back, it's not too painful. Unless you get a high alert, the Azorius deck is very defensive and slow. But with a high alert, you can actually turn on the Jets quite a bit. Okay, he's getting back his guy. Is he going to give him haste here? I guess he's got a dialogue right now to decide on the Riot trigger. It's very strange, yes. I think he might be stuck on... no lands. So give him haste. And I assume he's discarding a spell to draw a land. But now that it's, if I draw an untapped land, now that it's a 2-1, my Skittereel and my Syndicate Messenger are a lot better blockers against it, so less interested in Sky Tethering it, even if it gets another rummage opportunity. I'm thinking he doesn't have a land? Oh, he does. Okay, that's weird that he even hesitated. Okay. Probably... Let's see, I could play the Skittereel. I think I'll play the Syndicate Messenger. I figure even if Syndicate Messenger dies, it'll still have a token that can block the Burning Tree Vandal if he, say, has another Skewer the Critics or something like that. If we draw another untapped land, we'll just Chillbringer the Gorklan Wrecker. And we can start hitting the old opponent. Oh, there's Gate Colossus. He's close. I think we'll just have to let Gorklan Wrecker attack us. It's just too dangerous to double block with two creatures. Just need any land for Gate Colossus to come down. Opponent's also decent at gate stuff. Oh, never mind. Stomping Ground. He's got 2 gates and a Stomping Ground. His mana's pretty sweet. Looks like Skitteriel is dying. Maybe. I think I'll block the Burning Tree Vandal here. Force my opponent to use his trick when it's when things aren't too bad for me, and maybe it'll prevent him from deploying a larger creature or something like that. Oh, it's possible he's just 2-for-1ing himself to maybe Scorch Mark to Skitteriel. I haven't played a single Scorch Markable thing yet, so that could be what's going on here. A Dagger Caster would be annoying if that's what his follow-up is. It is a Dagger Caster. Would you look at it? Again, we'll just Gate Colossus here if it's land. And if not, we'll just Chillbringer the Gorkline Wrecker. Land it is. Okay, Colossus ends games quickly. Actually, if he takes my Gate Colossus, he can put me to 1 if he active treasons it. Red-green doesn't really have a way to kill a Gate Colossus. Yeah, basically they can never kill one. It's kind of why my Gruul decks have underperformed relative to what you might think when after I've drafted them, because there's all these Gate Colossi. Sunder Shaman we have to keep an eye on because he can kill Gate Colossus. And a Sword Farm. Okay, I assume Gorkline Wrecker's coming in. I think we're going to Chillbringer the Gorkline Wrecker and Sky Tether Sunder Shaman. Well, we can attack first. My opponent will be able to Soar Form, like he can transform a Soar Form hybrid next turn to block Gate Colossus. Go attack with these 2. And we have to choose how to deploy our Sky Tether and Chillbringer here. I think if we Chillbringer Soarform. Let's see. I guess Chillbringer and Syndicate Messenger are also lethal. We don't need Gate Colossus to make it through. So let's Sky Tether Sunder Shaman and Chillbringer Gorkline Wrecker. And then if my opponent wants to attack me, basically he'll have to commit to adapting the Soarform hybrid. Yeah. Okay, he's got a Dagger Caster. Could be a reason to cut our Vizkopa Vampire. He's got quite a few creatures that are somewhat big. Our Slimebinds are a lot worse against the Sunder Shaman, as well as our Sky Tether and our Lawmage's Binding, if that stupid Sunder Shaman has the freedom to attack. I don't think this is a game for Simic Ascendancy. It seems like his stuff is just gigantic. I'm going to bring in... Oh, not Essence Catcher. I'll bring in the Bring to Trial. His creatures are big, and Bring to Trial should be able to take some of them down. Thought Collapse. He showed me like a Skewer. It's whatever. I'm really just more scared about his giant creatures, but I guess Thought Collapse can do everything that any other spell I bring in there could do. Any other changes I want to make? I don't think so. If I had like a A 3/6, I might bring that in, but with double Gate Colossus, he kind of fills the role of giant blocker, so I think reasonably happy with this. Yeah. Yeah, this hand's great. Great. Got a Sage's Row Savant to block anything that gets under the counter wall. Oh, and Dovin? Ooh. Now we're heavily incentivized to get Dovin going immediately. Kind of hope my opponent doesn't have a 2-drop. Ideally, we can resolve Dovin and then have counterspells available. Another Wayfinder. Gruul Guild Gate on top. Okay. I got more Chillbringers than I know what to do with. I think we're just going to Sage's Row Savant right now. Plains? Probably don't need this guy. Probably need the Plains just to get to our 5-mana stuff. And also Plains would allow us to Dovin next turn if the environment is conducive to doing such a thing. I think I'm gonna let Sahina Wayfinder hit me here. Because the Thopter from Dovin can block Sahina Wayfinder. Whereas Sage's Row Savant can block his Burning Tree Vandals and stuff like that. So I'll take the hit for 2 here. Okay, this doesn't have anything else. Hey, Dovin.
I look forward to seeing.
Could plus gain him like 2 loyalty and hit my opponent for 2. Does essentially the same thing. I think the Dovin minus
from another success.
Makes it so that Wayfinder it leaves Dovin at the same loyalty, except my opponent doesn't have a Wayfinder and is at 20 instead of being at 18 with a Wayfinder in play. If that makes any sense. Let's go Robobelt Runner. Okay. Robobelt is a little annoying because Thopters, my tokens can't block him. There's a Gateway Plaza. Sadly, went for the quick Dovin move and won't have Thought Collapse or Essence Capture available here.
There is elegance in simplicity.
Play the Gateway Plaza. I have a strong hunch that Dovin's gonna die. What I could have just done is made another Thopter and prepared for the inevitability of Dovin's death. Because right now my opponent could deploy a 5-drop, and I didn't plan out my mana well enough to have the Essence Capture. Oh, there's a Dagger Caster. Alright. Well, I guess making a Thopter wouldn't have mattered anyway. Alright, I'm going to be at 16. My opponent's going to have all this stiff. If we get to play a Chillbringer next turn, not doing too bad. Goodbye, Dovin. You get Dagger Castered.
is a rare occasion. I'm not often wrong.
Play the Syndicate Messenger and our Guild Gate. Next turn we can start playing Chillbringers. Might be thinking of skewering, so he can get his Dagger Caster through and hit me for 5 down to 13. If he attacks with everything, I just block the Silhana Wayfinder. Okay, it's just the runner. He might still have a skewer, he just wanted to use the Spectacle to do it. Clan Wrecker, sure. I think we'll Chillbringer, Gore Clan Wrecker, and I think we might have to stay back. My opponent's just got a much thicker board than I have. And we kind of need to stall until we find our Gate Colossus. Which is unfortunate because Chillbringer's a lot better if you're tempoing your opponent out. But that Dagger Caster deleting our second and third turn plays sort of set us pretty far behind. I think I'll block Chillbringer on Rubble Belt Runner. I could wait to turn until I have Thought Collapse available. The fact that he's not attacking with anything else makes me feel like he doesn't have a trick. Or maybe he just, yeah, like he could attack with Dagger Caster here if he had a reasonable trick of some kind. If my opponent plays like another chick, just a Rubble Belt Runner, that's reasonable. Brain Tree Vandal. Okay, he's playing small ball with his creatures at least. Okay, we can play Chillbringer and hold up Essence Capture at least. Attack the Gore Clan Wrecker again. This time I think I'll have to let the Rubble Belt Runner hit me. If my opponent has Carnage, that could be what he's splashing the black for. My hunch would be Blade Brand because of the Dagger Caster, and maybe something like a Consign to the Pit. Just the... okay, no. Brain Tree Vandal's coming in. What are we discarding? Just a Swamp. See if Syndicate Messenger survives here. It does not. Yeah, that's gonna live. Okay. If we get to Essence Capture a creature here and put a counter on Chillbringer, we're doing not too badly. Oh, nice. Well, Bring the Trial does not have a target right now. I think we're gonna have to take 6 here, maybe, if my opponent does nothing. He's gonna try and kill Chillbringer at in the end step. I'm gonna Thought Collapse that. We hit a Skewer off him. That's good, I guess. No creatures pre-combat. We're blocking Gorklan Wrecker here. We are going to need another creature to live. Put in Azorius Night Arbiter at the bottom of our library. Basically, if my opponent plays a big creature, we don't have to Essence Capture it. Oh, there's a Slime Bind. That'll buy us a bit of time here. So we can Slime Bind the Robo-Built Runner, block the Sahana Wayfinder, and just take 2 from the Daggercaster, go to 7. We'll counter... We can counter smallish things, and let biggish things that don't have haste resolve so we can bring to trial them. We'll Slime Bind this thing. And if we just get any blocker, basically, we do pretty good for ourselves. Like a Skitter Eel. Glorious. He blocks everything, he can become a 5/5. We still have the Essence Capture. So things I'm worried about losing to now are like a Consign to the Pit, Electrodominance, some sort of non-creature giant threat. Act of Treason, that's obnoxious. Doesn't have the blue mana. I'll Essence Capture the Zertog Goblin to avoid dying this turn. It does have Act of Treason. Smart to bring that in against a Gate Colossus. If he hits with everyone, I'll still just block the Sahana Wayfinder. Take 5, go to 2. But if he has another Skewer, we're dead. We already milled 1 away with our counterspell. Again, Dovin is our only life gain. Actually, it's not true. We have a Viscopa Vampire. There's Gate Colossus. I think, yeah, we just hit my opponent for 3. Play Gate Colossus. We're gonna have to, well, a single haste creature kills me if I do that. We're gonna have to start attacking with Gate Colossus anyway. My opponent, if he had a Zertog Goblin, he would have played it by now. I think we attack. Play Gate Colossus. Sadly, we can't also adapt. And obviously another Act of Treason will kill us. Just about anything will kill us. Zertog Goblin, but we can't sit here because we're at 2 and we're just like, my opponent's got a bunch of haste creatures and Act of Treasons and Skewers and all kinds of stuff that could get us. I don't think we can really sit around. I think we do have to attack with Skitter Eel, and we'll have to start attacking with Gate Colossus. But yeah, like another Gorklan Wrecker, Burning Tree Vandal. A lot of stuff is lethal to us. Can't attack with both, so I'll just attack with Gate Colossus. It's unfortunate this Bring to Trials of Sorcery. Won't be able to defeat a hasted out giant thing. Opponent didn't draw the Burning Tree Vandal there. Unfortunately, yeah, because I couldn't adapt last turn, he's a point short of dying next turn, and so he doesn't even have to chump Gate Colossus. Like, ideally, he just plays like a Sunder Shaman here, or some... that thing has haste. Got wrecked by that Dagger Caster. I assume he realizes all he has to do is just attack. Man, if this was a slime bind, we're laughing. Alright, let's go to the next game. On the play now, a little bit easier maybe to deploy my counter spells. Let's roll. Try not to get Dagger Castered out of the game. First, here's a good one. This Dovin should survive. He's got a fair number of friends to keep him around. Probably slow roll the Fairy Duelist. Unless things are just really wide open. I guess I can wait until my opponent's end step of his second turn to see whether I need to duelist or not. Here we go with the mana again. I think I'll Syndicate Gate here. Get the double blue going. Opponent says Silhana Wayfinder on turn 2 every time. He also has the red 2-drop. He's got a fewer number of 2-drops. He's got the 2-1 with a 3 and a green activated ability to get +2/+2. He's got Swordform Hybrid. He's got Zertok Goblin. So, Gravelhide Goblin. So what I could do here is Dovin minus and threaten to block. If he plays a Burning Tree Vandal, if something gets to kill Dovin. I think what I'm going to do is just say go and try to pick off this Gravelhide Goblin with a Fairy Duelist. And then next turn we can Dovin and also Sky Tether if we really want to. He hasn't seen a Fairy Duelist out of me yet, so this will come as a surprise, I think. Got him! Form Hybrid. Okay. Well, here I'm just going to play Skitter Yield in. I guess Dovin will come out a little bit later. And we can actually adapt Skitter Yield next turn. Start hitting for a lot. Or if we hit a 5th land, we can just start Chillbringering and Night Arbitering. He's shown me Skewer, which he could answer Skireel with right now. He hasn't shown me much in the... Oh, Savage Smash, that's pretty good. Does he have his 4th land? He did. Well, there's my 5th land. Whether I'm going to Chillbringer or Night Arbiter, I think I'll Night Arbiter here. Can use Chillbringer on something with even more power and toughness. Dovin I could play in plus, and he'd go right up to 6. There's a Gorklan Wrecker, presumably with a counter. Now Sword Form can threaten to be a 6/6 next turn if he has an untapped land of any kind. Oh, did we just have infinite Chillbringers? Well, that makes things a little bit easier then. We're just gonna kill our opponent, basically. Who needs a Dovin? Next turn, if we want, we can, like, say my opponent adapts Swordform Hybrid and attacks me or something this turn. Next turn, we can just attack with Chillbringer and Azorius Night Arbiter, leaving back Fairy Duelist, and then Chillbringer his 6/6, and leave back Fairy Duelist and Azorius Night Arbiter as a blocker for Gorklan. Looks like we might be getting adapted here. And also, he doesn't even have to use it now. He could just threaten to use it, and it'll take 2. And there's no real way for me to get value for blocking. If he has a Skewer, he could like Skewer the Chillbringer now. Just a Mammoth Spider. Why would you tap like that? Crazy bot or crazy AI for tapping. Well, Chillbringer the Mammoth Spider. Swing for 5. I think we can Sky Tether Sword Form here. What we could threaten to do is triple block the Sword Form. He can only kill... He can kill Fairy Duelist and Chillbringer or just Azorius Night Arbiter. I think I like that more than using my last decent removal spell. And my Chillbringers are sort of losing utility against the Mammoth Spider that I don't have a better answer to. It's gonna land. Just attacking with him, yeah. I wonder what he'll kill here, whether it's the Night Arbiter or Chillbringer. Probably not the Fairy Duelist first, would be my guess. He can kill Chillbringer and Fairy Duelist, which might seem like a good deal for him, but I kind of want my Azorius Night Arbor to stick around because he's, as it stands, oh no, he's the one that's going down. Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna hit my opponent for 7 here. With all the flyers. And we'll take the hit for 3. Yeah. I'll play the Messenger. And I guess I'll just Sky Tether Gorklan Wrecker. If my opponent has Rakdos, I'll get punished if my opponent untaps and plays Rakdos Showstopper. We did see a get the point for my opponent's Black Splash. And now, even if my opponent kills one of my Chillbringers, I can still kill him through a Mammoth Spider here. Yeah. Poor Dovin. Wasn't able to go off that game, or that match, even though we drew him every game, I think, almost. Let's keep it rolling. How's chat doing today? Have you been playing some Ravnica Allegiance drafts yourself? Are you excited for the ranked draft finally coming tomorrow? You'll finally have the ability to use gold. I bet we'll be playing against some people that are still going to be pretty new to the Ravnica Allegiance limited format when we enter the gold queues tomorrow, which is, you know, I want to win first and foremost. I'll accept wins against people that aren't well acquainted with this set. Hey, Forgotten Dog, how you doing? I'll play first. This, we have to mull the 6-lander. This one's pretty decent. Probably need lots of lands. Yeah, working on the first 5-0 of the day. We got 1 win so far. Our deck is pretty sweet. We got double Gate Colossus and 5 gates, I think. Putting that land on the bottom might punish me, but I knew I was just going to draw a gate anyway, right? Alright, he's down to 6 mana. There's a Plague White. Plague White is so obnoxious. He can trade with, he can threaten to trade with old Skittereel even. I might, no, Hazda Officer? I think we're gonna Lawmage's Binding the Hazda Officer. Don't want to take an additional 3 damage next turn, because I don't want to trade Skittereel for Hazda Officer. Oh no, all the Gate Colossuses. Well, they'll be good if I can survive to cast them. Another Hazda Officer, okay. Well, gonna get hit for 3 down to 14. If I draw land, I think no matter what, I'm just going to... Oh, I could Deputy Detention multiple of these things. I'm just going to adapt here. Play around Grotesque Demise. Let's say go. Hopefully he's a brick wall, although my opponent's playing white and black, so presumably has lots of removal, and he has a existing Hazda Officer he doesn't mind. Oh no! Well, better than one of my Gate Colossus is going, I guess. Now they're being played next turn. I think I'll... It's funny, I can't exile the Plague White anyway, and if I exile both of these and this dies, I'll get both Hazda Officers back. I'll actually kind of undo my Lawmage's Binding, so I'm just going to exile the Plague White. Next turn we'll start playing Gate Colossuses and hope that does the trick. So I'm going to go down to 6. And if my opponent goes to the skies, I have Chillbringer as well. White Panther. Not so scared of that. Let's start playing Gate Colossuses. kills the Gate Colossus, I'd be a little annoyed. He's looking at my Deputy of Detention. Just the Twilight Panther. All right. That's a good sign. We get to close the door on... Okay, he gets a Plague White back. Well, that's not bad for me, really, because I have this other Gate Colossus. Maybe I should have played the island there to give myself a chance to play Chillbringer and have up Slidebind in the same turn. Yikes. Well, now we just have mono Chillbringers. Got this thing, hit you for 8. I will block the Plague White. Maybe it should have... What do you got now? Just no ill-gotten inheritances, please. Noxious Grudian, that doesn't matter. Do this again. Yeah, I think this is fine. Basically, I want to be able to live if my opponent has one removal spell for my Chillbringer. So I'll ice the Grasping Thrall again. Like, I could ice the Noxious Grudion and trade with Thrall instead, but if he has a removal spell for Chillbringer, then I can at least survive. In fact, maybe I just don't block here at all. If you attack the Grudion to threaten to kill him. And like a Slimebind. Oh, well. That did it. Why didn't he just consign to the pit my my Chillbringer? If he just consigned to the pit's my Chillbringer, I'm definitely dead there. That was beating. He's a little more aggressive. I don't think I need the Simic Ascendancy. It's possible the Simic Ascendancy is a mistake from the beginning, because we do have these double Gate Colossus. Just bring in another Slimebind. It's got all this Death Touch and stuff. Yeah, let's do that. All his 3/2s. Plague White. Let's get Kai's Wrath, something to keep in mind. Luckily, Dovin don't worry about no Wrath, and nor does Gate Colossus too badly. As long as I haven't played all my gates already. Plague White, what a beating of a 2-drop. Like I traded a 5-drop for it. This card is great on offense. He's honestly even better than the... there's been cards like him in the past, like 2-mana 2/1s that, when they're blocked, they deal 1 damage. Like there's a triggered ability to deal 1 damage to the creature. Like Plague White, well, those creatures, they're usually blocked or when they block, so they're actually decent on defense too. We're going to play first. Yeah, we'll keep this. My opponent, Deputy Depth Attention, not very good against my opponents. We're going to use this early and often, basically. We don't want to put a giant threatening thing underneath it. Like, we can honestly put this Twilight Panther on it, underneath it. Well, trying another land, not great there. No Plague White. Passionate Orator. I'm just going to put Twilight Panther under in the box, and now we have a blocker for the Orator. If my opponent has one of his 3/2s, well, we won't be able to block Orator this turn, but we will be able to next turn. So he's the kind of deck, given all these like, you know, random creatures, he's the kind of deck that would have a Rally to Battle in his deck too. Something to keep in mind. Hopefully Azorius Night Arbiter can stabilize. Did keep a 5-lander, and we have drawn, let's see, 3 lands since, so that's not great. Man, yeah, my opponent's a pretty sweet, aggressive Azorius deck, which you don't see very often, just because the creature quality is pretty bad for the aggressive end of things. There's a Skitter Eel now. Wish I had him last turn. Alright, play the Night Arbiter. Seems like he can block everything. Can even block into a Rally the Battle. My opponent showed me Kaya's Wrath, which is somewhat doesn't pair well with my opponent's very aggressive deck. But anyway, he's got a Kaya's Wrath. He's got a Consign the Pit. He's got a Bring to Trial, sorry, which we have to keep in mind if we want to adapt our Skitter Eel. We should not, in fact, do it at sorcery speed. Always have Locket into Final Payment? No? Oh, sweet. Now we can play Skitter Eel and hold up Essence Capture and get our hit for 2 in. If he just plays a land now and zaps Azorius Night Arbiter, we're going to take another hit for 6. And for 8 total, putting us to 5, so that'll be a beating. We could beat a Thrall here with the Essence Capture. We'll just put the counter on the Night Arbiter. Or maybe on the Deputy? Nah, probably the Night Arbiter. Huzzah, no attacks or anything. Oh, and no plays at all. Okay. So keep attacking with Night Arbiter. Again, my opponent showed me a main deck Bring to Trial, so I don't want to sorcery speed the Adapt if I can avoid it. I'll have the Adapt as a threat whenever my opponent chooses to attack me. Archway Angel, well, we'll just Essence Capture that. Put the counter on him. Land was terrible for me there. You got a long way to go, Azorius Night Arbiter. 7 more hits. No, not 7 more. 5 more hits to finish off the opponent, assuming he gains no life with Impassioned Orator. Opponent's shown me Consign to the Pit and Kaya's Wrath. Now just any flyer is a threat to me. Yeah, we're a bit behind here. Okay, I'm feeling the wrath here. Could be a rally to battle? No, it's definitely a wrath, I think. I think what I'm going to do is block with the deputy here. If he wants to wrath me, he's going to have to lose his Twilight Panther. Yeah. Glad I made that play. Now we have a Slime Bind. What's the green for? We have a Simic Ascendancy in this, that's now in the sideboard, but it was in the main deck, and also a Shark to Crab. The opponent has like 5 spells and access to 2 more card draw, and we have a Slime Bind, so I don't like our chances here. More Twilight Panthers. And a Basilica Bellhaunt. Well, I'm glad I held on to a land. There's a Sage's Row Savant. That's not bad. You can trade with the Twilight Panther. You can dig us for gas. Gassity gas. Do I want a Sky Tether? Probably can't put that on the bottom. Probably just trade Sage's Row Savant for the Twilight Panther and Slime Bind old Basilica Bellhaunt here. Debtor's Transport. Sky Tether this thing. Fortunately, this can block a Gate Colossus. Okay, Plague White. And a 10th District Veteran. Okay, he's going down to the crappier end of creatures here. Skitter Eel. Again, he showed me a Bring Delight. Does he just have a consign to the pit here? So again, we're going to try and Dead Revel's back, Archway Angel, and the Twilight Panther. Okay. Another Twilight Panther. I don't know how we get out of this. I was just thinking about Dovin. Dovin is interesting. We can play Dovin minus him to create a Thopter, gain a life. I might scare the crap out of my opponent and make him like attack with everything.
You have been analyzed and found one who don't mind if I enjoy this.
If he has Consign of the Pit or some other removal spell for Skitter Eel, we're just beyond dead. I assume a big freak out attack is going to happen here. If it's just Twilight Panther. I think I block with the Thopter. It's It's basically the same thing if I let Dovin go to 1. Except I get 1 more life, because I'll just end up with a Thopter again. If I can find a way to get rid of that Archway Angel. Sorry, Skill Gate's not going to cut it. I'll create another Thopter.
I can benefit from another's success.
I think this game's going down. Again, opponent still has an Orzhov Locket he can crack for more cards. This is a game I maybe should have brought in my 6-mana draw spell, but we also were under quite a bit of threat from his offense. So I'm just going to keep my Thopter, let Dovin die now. Dovin gave me a fair amount of life. Plays like a Thrall now. No, there's the crack. Old Sharktocrab. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard to kill my opponent because this Debtor's Transport that's under a Sky Tether means Sharktocrab can't really attack very well. Plus there's the Twilight Panther to worry about. Has to Officer on what? He can pump one of my creatures to finally allow me to bring to light. Guess I'll tap the Archway Angel. Not sure what my outs are here. Let's look at what's remaining in my deck. Oh, the MTGA tracker is quite broken right now, it would seem. Let's go ahead and close it and reopen it. Oh, no attacks even. There's Gateway Sneak. Well, he'll be able to draw me a card next turn. We hit for nothing? Okay. Racketeers. Opponent's deck is rock solid for facing it. Oh, we got Gates on back-to-back turns. I guess I'll play the Cynic one. What you got for me? More lands. Ouch. How many Chillbringers do I have left? 2 of them. I guess my opponent's had a target for Bring to Light this whole time, so I don't think he has one right now. Block this, taking 4, go to 9, making 2 more spirits for my opponent. There's a Gate Colossus. Let's play Azorius Guild Gate. That's a summary judgment. Okay, okay. Oh, it's gotten exposed to daylight. Well, I'm surprised he didn't use that. If he's been sitting on that forever, I'm surprised he didn't use it on the Sky Tether. Or this Slime Bind. Jeez. Alright. My opponent's deck is very well suited to defeating me. Make Ascendancy. I like it. Yeah. No changes I don't think I need to make. Playing first. There's old Dovin again. I think we'll keep this. Got them the colors for Shark to Crab. We just need planes for Dovin. We have a Slime Bind, Skittereel. You kidding me? Dovin's great. We got him pack one, pick one. He does things, unlike Kaya. Boo! Probably Slime Bind just about anything here. I guess that guy still gets to attack. I guess don't need to Slime Bind him. Dovin make it Thopter can block him. He's got extra lands, eh? Well, we can play that. Yeah. Yeah, probably gets to rummage away all these extra lands. Going off. And a Blade Juggler? Oh, I'm getting destroyed right now. I'm off it. Let's go to the next game. Get out of here, get in here. That's about it. Gotta play the odds. I will play first against the Rakdos deck. Hopefully be able to get him with his Fairy Duelist at some point. We've got Deputy. We need a way to win or to apply pressure. There's a guy that can apply some pressure. I'm not going to just jam the Fairy Duelist. Yeah, I could pick off stuff like Flag White at some point, maybe. It can't pick off a Plague White right now. Could I just Deputy of Detention it? I think I will. This card is so obnoxious. Because even next turn I wasn't going to be able to block the Plague White, so I was going to take like 4+ damage from it. Attack for 1. And we'll play my Skittereel. Does he have a Bedevil or a Bedeck end of turn? He's going to use on Skitterio? Yeah, okay. Uh-oh, no plays from the opponent. The choice of Savant versus holding up Thought Collapse. I think a Savant is fine here. A Gate on top. Ooh, these are both good. Let's see. This is 7 could be made to be 6 mana. So yeah. So I guess the Chillbringer, then the Gate. No, I guess the Gate, then the Chillbringer? See, right now I'm going to play a land. This thing... I'm going to play a land, I'll have 5. The Gate will make him 6 mana. I guess I'll do Chillbringer first. Because next turn, I won't have any plays. Alright. You got it. It'd be cool if I could, like, Fairy Duelist my own creature to make him even smaller, although... and somehow prevent that from working, but it doesn't work. I think I'm gonna Fairy Duelist the Plague White anyway here. I can't exactly block it for any value, but my opponent is probably pretty desperate to get Spectacle going and get some Blade Jugglers out. Like, I can't block it with a Sage Row Savant because he'll still kill the Sage's Row Savant with this attack trigger. More Grotesque Demises. Punk's removal is pretty sweet. Another Plague White. Oh, okay, he's getting Spectacle this turn. There's no way around it. And my blockers are terrible, so I'll just attack. We'll just counter whatever he plays here and then play a Gate Colossus afterward. More Blade Jugglers. And opponent's deck is badass. And now you're dead next turn if Gate Colossus can kill you. He needs exactly Bedevil. Yeah, he needs a Bedevil, or just like a largest creature to chump block with. If he attacks with the Plague Whites, I don't think I'll even block, because Blade Brand is an out. That worked out okay. Actually, I should just bring in this 10th District Veteran. All my opponents friggin' Plague Whites. Should have had him in earlier, probably. It's a creature that costs less than like 5 mana that I can block a Plague White with. I like the Vampire, I like the Crab, I like the Colossuses. Gotta cut something. I like the Syndicate Messenger. Duelist is fine. Maybe it's probably a counterspell, given that we're on the draw now. I guess I'll cut the Thought Collapse. Just the 3 mana counter. Can maybe pick off my opponent's first Blade Juggler on the draw. His hand is decent. It's got Essence Capture, Slime Bind. It's got some white removal spells and a Shark to grab. Again, we'll need to draw lands at some point, but to draw any land, we're pretty good odds. We have 33 cards remaining in our library and 15 of them, so half of them are lands. And we're going to see 3 additional cards before our third turn, so I think this is fine. There's one right away. Oh, red. Okay, we'll just play the island to have essence capture available to us. Oh, red. Yeah, I think we're just going to essence capture that. Don't want him to try and cycle away his black spells. Play the Scope of Vampire. Nice. I'll hit him for 3, and then play a Shark to Crab. So yeah, my opponent, I presume, kept on the strength of a Burning Tree Vandal. That he was hoping would be able to fix his hand, which probably has a lot of black spells in it and no black mana. And there we go. That was a little sketchy. We're getting beat up by Plague Whites today. Is this thing working now? Oh, it is working now. Good. There's the Dovin again. And Slimebind Gateway Sneak. Yeah, I'll keep this. One of these days we'll start going off with Dovin. I thought against the Orzhov deck it would have worked, but he was pretty aggressive as it turns out. A Trumpeter. I'm just going to Slime Bind that guy on my opponent's turn, I guess. I guess I can let him attack. If he just has like a... Ooh, nice. Okay, we're just gonna Dovin. Dovin plus? If you Dovin minus and then plus the next turn...
Whatever your plans, they're statistically...
I think we're minusing.
I hope you don't mind if I enjoy this.
Wait, cycling Blade Brand, okay. What do you got now? Theater of Horrors. Can that deal damage? It can deal damage to Planeswalkers with that. I think we'll plus now.
This is no mere trinket.
Hit with this guy. And play a Syndicate Messenger. There's a Smelt Ward Ignis. So now, if we plus and these two both connect, we'll go already to 7 and be able to minus 7 Dovin right off the bat. That's assuming our creatures live, and we're able to attack with both. I think we will be, given we'll be able to play a Skitter Eel no matter what next turn.
Contraptions have their uses.
Now I could get greedy next turn and not immediately... Oh, never mind. Okay. Looks like Dovin won't get to 7. Immediately. We'll just play the Night Arbiter. So in order to get to play this mountain, he needs to deal damage to me somehow. Okay. think my board affecting weird permanent is better than his in this present moment. Oh, there's a guild gate even. So I'll be able to play Gate Colossus next turn. Does the Syndicate Messenger die? My opponent will probably scoop to the -7 of Dovin, if I had to guess. I'll play Skittereel. It's got some sweet rares. Rixamati Reveler, it's got the Theater of Horrors, it's got the deck. Like his Rakdos seat was wide open. Oh, Dagger Caster, he gets to turn. Oh, wait. Oh, you can't deal damage to the player? Oh, well. Get wrecked. We're Dovin -7ing here. These. You could kill Dovin with the Theater of Horrors. But I'm at the point now where my creature's just going to kill him.
The array is complete.
Look at the top 10. Can take Simic Ascendancy, Slimebind, Essence Capture. I think I kind of like the Simic Ascendancy. And maybe a Thought Collapse here. Oh, I get 3. Simic Ascendancy, Thought Collapse. And I'll take an Essence Capture. So he could spend his whole turn to finish Dovin. But, or he can Carnival now, me. No, he'd have to, he could Carnival, he could Carnival Dovin and me. But we got this Gate Colossus, it's kind of an issue for him. My opponent's deck is good, it's gonna be hard to win. He's got the Spear Spewer, he's got the Theater of Horrors to just persistently deal damage to me. His cheap creature's kind of lacking. Yeah, goodbye, Dovin.
I was incorrect. Go ahead and gloat.
Now I have all these counter spells. My opponent has to chump this turn. Because Skittereel is lethal. Kind of surprised he didn't chump with the Spear Spewer. Guess I'll just play Simic Ascendancy. Probably cutting poor Simic Ascendancy again. Don't get distracted by all this text here. The +1/+1 counters, win the game stuff. Just a 3 mana put a counter on your creature, a repeatable effect, is quite playable. But so far, I've been under a lot of pressure. If I'm the beatdown, which conceivably I could be, and I'm not facing down too much pressure, Simic Ascendancy can be quite strong. But so far, everyone's been trying to go under me so far. So far. I'm going to bring in the 10th District Veteran again, cut the Simic Ascendancy. And probably another Slimebind over the Essence Capture. I think I still want the Thought Collapse against my opponent's wacky-do enchantments and stuff, but the creature counterspell might be harder to deploy than good old-fashioned Slimebind. He does have the... Yeah, there's no way I can counter Spear Spear if he has it early anyway, so yeah, I'll go with that. I think we can keep this. It's pretty slow, as long as we find like a Slimebind or Deputy Detention. Perfect. Just creature that can interact with him in the early turns. Just got a trumpeter again. There goes my sound sounding all muffled again. It's so weird. So he'll be able to activate Spectacle this turn. Maybe go for a Blade Juggler or something. Does he have the Blade Juggler? No, it's more Trumpeters. Oh, this is going to be a... Well, I guess I'll go for a Deputy Detention here. It might be temporary, but when you see value like that, you gotta take it. And it might buy me enough time to get these Gate Colossuses down nice and early. There's a rouse to go. Just gonna allow me just binding that thing. I hit him for 1. Just an untapped land. Pretty please. There we go. Could I just play a Gateway Sneak? Yeah, I'm gonna play the Gateway Sneak, because it's possible old Sneaky Boy here can get in with help with the Chillbringer. If he bedecks my Deputy Detention end of turn, okay, he gets a stupid... Oh, that plus a Carnival? I'm alright with the 2 for 1. So now my opponent can hit me for 2. Or 4. You got a no-land hand in best of 1? It happens. It can happen. Best of 1 algorithm is pretty good, though. Just 1. Let's hold 1 back and be able to pump it. Well, that's not going to work out for him. Sneak ya. Do I get a land? Yep. Play the land. Now we're going to start deploying Gate Colossuses. I like where this is going. Rixamani Reveler. He cycled a Grasping Thrall. Okay. Just going to hit him in the sky and play a Gate Colossus. Hit him with these 2. Spire Mangler. I guess I'll let it block. And then Slime Bind it. I could just let this happen and play another Gate Colossus. Or I could prevent it from happening and then play an Azorius Night Arbiter in the Slime Bind. You can just let it happen. Gate Colossus, not a fair Magic card. So what he could think he can do... Well, no. I have 2 lethal blockers. I was thinking he could think he can... Okay, he's got Daggercaster Bladebrand? Oh, jeez. Or is he just bluffing me? I think he's bluffing me? No, he has it! Oh, wow. Okay, this game continues. So I'm going to take 4 here. Oh, there's a Guild Gate. Put 1... Yeah, I guess we'll just put them both on top. Play an Arbiter and have Slime Bind available. Next turn we can play Thingy and Thingy. So he can only single pump, and the one he pumps I'll just shrink. Attack for 2. Play a Gate Colossus and play Dovin in minus to gain a life and make it Frogger.
I look forward to seeing your mistakes. Of my genius.
Sheesh. Getting that gate when I did was pretty clutch. The old Daggercaster Blade Run. Now I know what I've been doing to people. One of my oft-used combos in this limited format. Every time I face off against it, I feel very sad. Keep playing first. I think I can keep this. We need a Simic Ascendancy. Or a Dovin, or a Courier, or a Slimebind, or a Gateway Sneak. Anything that costs less than 5 mana. Resolute Watchdog, okay. I guess I'll just play an island. This stupid Slimebind is going to bug me, because I can Slimebind his Resolute Watchdog at a moment's notice. Slimebinds, I'm going to have a hard time if my opponent's got High Alert. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Oh, Prowling Fella, eh? Don't really want to Slimebind that. But I might, because I don't really want to block it with Syndicate Messenger. The aggressive white creatures coming out today. The 3/1s for 2, the 3/2s for 3. Oh, hello. Okay. Well, if that's his turn, I'm a-okay with that. Just gonna let him hit me for 3, and then I'll hit him back with for 2 and play Chillbringer and tap his thing, and I'm gonna try and aggro my opponent out while he's stuck on 2 lands here. Because it means he has 6 spells in his hand, and I have 1 spell in my hand. So if he does draw out of his mana screw before I can kill him, which is actually quite likely, then I could just die. It looks like he might be doing something mean to Syndicate Messenger. He could have like a Sky Tether. He could want to trade his Prowling a Resolute Watchdog for my Messenger. Yeah, no blocks. If my opponent plays like land Blade Juggler, then he gets me pretty good here. But there's not that much spectacle to worry about. Oh! The drill bit. That was a beating. My own Sky Tether. The drill bit, are you kidding me? Just as I was saying, there's not that much spectacle in black. Okay, now he's got 3 lands. I probably can't win now. Viscopa Vampire, that's something we'll have to Sky Tether if we want to hold up this wackadoo plan of racing my opponent. I guess I'll Summary Judgment that instead. I could have played a land there, probably should have. Because now I'm going to draw a Gate Colossus and get ruined. Oh, yeah, yeah. And an ill-gotten inheritance. So now it's impossible to race him. Basically. Go to 11. Ah, oh, it's punished so hard there. Oh, no. I tethered this thing. So absolutely destroyed by not playing that land there. Just don't second drill bit me and I'll be happy. If he doesn't kill Gate Colossus, with an exile effect of some kind, we should be able to race this ill-gotten inheritance. Showed me one Justicar's portal. Oh, now we have double? Okay. I'm feeling pretty good with double Gate Colossus. I think I'm going to leave back the Messenger, because we can't afford to take any damage, really. And we don't want to trade a Gate Colossus for this Grudion. Hope we can't do anything too bad to the first Colossus. Now he's got the 6 lands, so he can crack the inheritance. It's been so much easier if I played my land. Opponent's deep in the tank. You could trade Resolute Watchdog for half of Syndicate Messenger here. You can also trade Resolute Watchdog for multiple chumps on the Gate Colossus with the Prowling Caracal. No, okay. I like this more. I prefer he doesn't get multiple chumps. Just hit resolve. Hit the resolve button. Are you gonna... Oh, if you're gonna make me sacrifice a creature? No. Okay, the fact that he took 5 there instead of sacking his Prowling Caracal means it's not too bad. It's almost like he got a hit in. What else you got? Oh, and he's blinking that guy. Okay, well. Looks like my enchantment removal is terrible against Mr. Double Justicar's so-and-so. Put it on top of my library. Let's see, what's going to happen next turn? My opponent hit me for 2 down to 7, plus I'll go to 6. Yeah, I think I'll take that. I might need to trade a... We'll see. So I chump Grudion. Hit my opponent for 8. Or try to hit him for 8. My opponent can chump my Gate Colossus. Bladebrand? Maybe this works well for me if my opponent doesn't realize the text on Gate Colossus and thinks he can block it with a Noxious Grudion. No, okay. Well, this seems straightforward, unless he has a Bladebrand here. Hit you for 8. Play another Gate Colossus. So I'll go to 7, and the most he can deal is put me to 1 with cracking the thing, and if he cracks it, he'll go to 9. Oh. At 5. So he's dead. Sheesh. Thank you, Double Gate Colossus, for saving me. So my opponent is double Justicards Portal. That's cray-cray. How am I going to be double Justicards Portal? Probably I have to cut some of my enchantment removal. And bring in the counter spells. The counter spell. Check my email, MTG news? Huh? In my email? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't get an email there. I'm going to bring in the Essence Capture. In lieu of a Sky Tether, I guess. He had like Prowling Caracal. And he had like Viscopa Vampire. I guess I'll just bring in another 10th District Veteran. And another Simic Ascendancy going out. Alright. Double Justicards Portal. My enchantment removal is under threat. What's this MTG news? What you're talking about? Ah, the Mythic Invitational. Oh. Select top-ranked MTG Arena Challengers, 64-player brawl. This is in March. Who's invited? We've already selected 56 of the 64? Magic Pro League and a bunch of streamers, partnered streamers. How to earn. The final 8 best constructed players in an MTG Arena during the preseason. Well, looks like we're playing constructed. The unfortunate, we're keeping this, by the way. The unfortunate thing of the way they're got this ladder is it heavily rewards people who just play non-stop. But I guess at a certain point, the win-loss percentage does matter a lot. Opponent's got a Thirsting Shade in his deck? We'll play this thing. Well, I need to get to that Mythic Invitational, so we constructed deck now, boys. We constructed stream now. It's got a Thirsting Shade. I think I'll play Sage's Row Savant here. I want more lands. I want more threats. So I guess I'll keep both of these. Oh, no, no nothing, eh? Oh, what? Just taking it? Odd. Guess he's worried about Fairy Duelist? Or Fairy, whatever he's called. There's the white mana. Blood Mist Infiltrator, eh? I'm just gonna summary judgment this stupid thing. He didn't attack my 1/1, or he didn't block my other guy. Yeah, what are the odds he blocks this guy? So here, he might disinformation campaign me. Pitiless Pontiff. I'm just definitely essence capturing that. He's racing. Is he gonna drill bit me now? He did that before. But maybe is why he was so desperate to hold on to his 1/1. No, no drill bit. Glad I drew a another creature. Having to rely on just Sage's Road Savant to deal the full 20 damage was going to be hard to pull off. Mythic Invitational. The format will feature double elimination play through all days of the tournament, including Sunday, including a brand new format we're calling Duo Standard. Duo Standard players will submit 2 standard legal decks. Players will not sideboard between games, though they may submit a sideboard. So, for cards from, like, Mastermind's acquisition. Players can submit 2 different decks, 2 of the same archetype with different cards in both. Or the exact same deck twice. So they're just trying to make best of one the thing. Looks like my opponent might be able to block one of my things here. Do you have the drill bit now? It revels back 2 janky things. Pitiless Pontiff, okay. He can't play either right now if he wants to use Twilight Panther. So what I could do here is just accept the Twilight Panther trade. Or I can attack with both, hit him for 6. That's very exciting news about this Mythic Invitational. I'll have to read the whole thing after this game is over. / match. So he can block here and use his Death Touch. The Reddit posts. Yeah, they are making a best of one, essentially. 2, you get to submit 2 decks, but no sideboard for either. Yeah. So my opponent will do that. Now I'll Slime Bind it. And using a Slime Bind in a situation like this, where my opponent won't be able to Justicar's Portal the creature, this kind of has some value. Now my opponent will go for a Pitiless Pontiff, and will Essence Capture that, put the counter on Sage's Road Savant. Oh, he's just killing him, and he's doing it main phase, so I can't even keep him alive. That's a shame. You can play both his cards, the Thirsting Shade and the Pitiless Pontiff. We definitely just Essence Capture the Pontiff. Is he still gonna hit me for 3? Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, he is hitting me for 3, okay. Hit you back for 4. And then play my unblockable creature. Unless he's chumping? I'd be down with chumps. Oh, chumping. Glorious. Now we play a Night Arbiter. We don't get punished by a Colossus off the top because if we drew Colossus, we'll just have to... Now he's got 2 creatures that can block my Sage's Row Savant now. He could try and, like, sacrifice the Syndicate Messenger to Blood Mist Infiltrator to hit me for 3. This game's close. Yeah, it's weird that they're going hard in the best of one direction, thinking like that's what they need to compete with Hearthstone. But really, all they needed to do to compete with Hearthstone is have a application that wasn't absolute dog poo-poo, which they've now accomplished. I think they're fine. They don't need to keep pushing an inferior format of best of one. All right, no attacks at all. Stack with the unblockable guy. If my opponent kills my Night Arbiter, then things take a hard turn against me. So he can basically hit me for 2 here. Yeah, okay. What else he got? He doesn't have a removal spell. He would have just used it. Oh, there's old Gate Colossus. I can't also hold up Law Mage's Binding here, but hopefully we don't need it. I haven't given him an opportunity to use Justicar's Portal yet, which he has 2 of. So that might be one of the cards he has in hand. He has to chump Gate Colossus. Oh, is he going to try and get me here? With Blood Mist Infiltrator sacking something? That's a plan. Okay. Sacrifice the Caracal. And then try and I don't know what you do after that. So I'm at 5. Alright, take 5, go to 3. Now what? Kill Gate Colossus? Oh, we're just main phase blinking him. And what? So he can't block Gate Colossus. So I'll just attack with all. He made this mistake last game, I think. I think he thought he could chump the Gate Colossus. But he can't. Good old Gate Colossus, stealing all the games for me. Okay, let's look at this crazy post. This post has drastic implications upon me. And it will rapidly skew the kind of play you see on my stream. And in fact, yeah. Let's finish off this draft. This is a crazy announcement. Crazy. I think a high win percentage is going to be necessary in order to float to the top. I don't think it can be purely people who like just play non-stop with a 51%. It'll be a combination, obviously. It'll be high win percentage and lots of play. This is a good hand that may allow us to actually get a Dovin going. We have Sky Tether and Viscopa Vampire and Zori's Night Arbiter kind of block for him. Crazy down. Thanks for pointing that out, Forgotten Dog. I probably would have not seen that until hours later when I looked at Reddit or something. Huh? Oh, blue-green, eh? Okay. Ideally, we could just play Dovin next turn in minus. Opponent is admiring my lands there. Simic Guildgate into Plains. But if he plays like any creature at all, we'll have to play Viscopa Vampire and stall on the Dovin. Oh, a Gyre Engineer? No, that one we can Dovin into.
Your loss will either be a tragedy or comedy of errors.
I activated him too quickly. He talked over himself. Okay, read Talk. You're getting Sky Tethered. I think I'll minus again.
I don't enjoy seeing things suffer, but I'll make an exception for
Back for one. I guess I'll play the Guildgate. Not in a rush to play Vampire, and this way I can guarantee Zori's Night Arbiter comes out. So like this turn, he might feel compelled to use a premium removal spell on a Thopter and like attack Dovin with a Gyre Engineer. And like if that's what happens, it's not too bad. One of his mana's gonna get tapped. Opponent's deck is sweet so far. Two very good uncommons. Good news is I have this B plan of these 8/8s. So even if he does kill Dovin here, and my Thopter, we're still doing fine. So he can like fight and raid Ceratok. No, Aeromunculus. Looks like Dovin won't be able to go the distance. There's my Shark to grab. I don't think there's any point to plussing Dovin. I'll just be chumping nonstop this Aeromunculus. I'm just going to make another Thopter.
Inspired by a good assault.
And I have the choice of Shark to Crab or Night Arbiter. I'll just play the Night Arbiter. Just need any land to start deploying Colossi. The good news with the Invitational is that every MPL member, plus a number of non-MPL pros, and a whole bunch of partnered streamers are in it. So what you're going to find is basically people that were previously He's splashing Rhythm of the Wild. Eh? People that were previously like gold pros in the former Pro Players Club will be the people really jamming. Is my opponent going to attack me with Aeromunculus and then like adapt it or threaten to adapt it? That'd be surprising. His creatures, he might have a lot of big creatures for my Gate of Colossuses to worry about. There's the land. I'm just going to attack with Knight Arbiter and play a Gate Colossus and hope it's not countered with a Frilled Mystic. I think he would have Frilled Mysticked the Azorius Knight Arbiter last turn if he had one, so should be fine here. Counting my gates, yeah, 6 man. Man, he does have one. Oh, well, I got a second one. And it's got a counter on it. Gee. My counter spells, well, he's not going to have a Rhythm of the Wild very reliably on turn 3, so I think my counter spells are still fine. I think I would have been a surefire win if that first Gate Colossus resolved. Now I'm... Oh no! Wow. Give that one haste, eh? Okay. I can't even play Sage's Row Savant. No, I could. I could play Shark to Crab and Sage's Row Savant, but I think we'd just Gate Colossus and go for Shark to Crab shenanigans next turn. He does have Frilled Mystic and like Ceratok, which can block this Gate Colossus. And obviously the Hydroid Krasis if he wants to. Jeez, my opponent's deck is so good. Splashing the Rhythm of the Wild seems completely unnecessary. And like Hydroid Krasis? I think I think this is gonna be a 4-2 draft. I don't know how my opponent lost a game. Or a match rather. And he's got Guardian Project, are you kidding me? So every creature he plays either has a counter on it, has haste, and will draw him a card unless it's a creature he already has in play. Oh, look, this Solarform Hybrid. Well, he'll probably give that haste and draw a card with it. This is absolutely ridiculous. I think one of my only hopes is my opponent blocks Gate Colossus with Hydroid Krasis. He went for the counter. I don't think that was a good idea. I think he'd much rather just adapt that. Because now it's a 3-3 forever, and I've already got big stuff. Taking 6, going to 11. This thing has trample, so chumping isn't good. I can't Shark to Crab and use it. Like I said, I could attack with Gate Colossus and then a Ceratok and a Frilled Mystic and just block and kill it. I'll start with a Savant, see if there's like a gate nice and early. There's a Law Mage's Binding. That'll probably come in handy. Get rid of this island. Take the Law Mage's Binding. I'll just attack with our Colossus. What's going on, you guys talking about? Still eating? I see. Blocky, blocky. Okay, he's chumping instead of double blocking with the Enraged Ceratok. That's good news for me. He could have just put Enraged Ceratok there and killed my Gate Colossus, but he did not. I'll play the Shark Crab. If he has a counterspell, then it's probably game. He's probably like, hey, that's my card. What are you doing with it? Let's play my land. Might need everything. Next turn, I can activate Shark to Crab and play Lawmage's Binding. Did I attack with... I think I forgot to attack with Night Arbiter this turn, but maybe I didn't. What are you tanking on? You have 3 mana available. Okay. Well, that's not good for me. At least it's 1 less creature to block the Gate Colossus. So I'm going to hit for 6 again. Possibly Aeromunculus comes in. Growth Spiral, that's whatever. He can't adapt Sorrowform Hybrid because he done biffed it, put a counter on him. Trollbred Guardian too. This opponent's deck is insane. It's the most open Simic deck I've ever seen. I want to give it haste. Well, we're killing that. Wait, he can adapt it. Because he can make it a 7/7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna lose a lot of creatures here. He can kill like 2 Thopters, Azorius Night Arbiter, and leave me with a Sage's Rosavant and a Thopter. And I'll take 9 here, go to 2. Okay, I'll still have a Thopter left, so I'll take 9, go to 2. Are you kidding? Well, I can, and he can adapt this thing. Oh my god, I've never been so destroyed. Wow, that's the most I've ever lost a game on Magic Arena, I think. That was an absolute beating. Bring to trial. He only showed me a single red source for the stupid blah 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 for the stupid Rhythm of the Wild. So I may have to just hope these counterspells work. Summary Judgment seems okay. Sky Tether's okay. Another game where Simic Ascendancy is not going to do anything. We're going to have to, like, steal this one, and Gate Colossus is great at thievery. Given all the fight spells, I think I'm just going to cut the Sky Tether and stick with the Slime Binds. Gateway Sneak. The scope of Vampire seemed small, but he's sort of aggressive at least. Fair Duelist is cute. Maybe we bring in another Slime Bind over the... Nah, let's go with this. Get absolutely murdered if my opponent has the Rhythm of the Wild early. But again, he's splashing it, which I don't like him doing. I don't like people doing in general. I wouldn't recommend it. You want the cards, if you're going to splash something, it should be a card that has an immediate impact when it enters play, and something that also has immediate, or impacts the game if you play it late. Because oftentimes you won't even have your access to the splash color of mana until much later in the game. And Rhythm of the Wild fails on both regards. It doesn't have any impact the turn it enters play, and it is pretty bad late because you presumably played most of the creatures from your hand already at that point. Yeah, we have to play first. Okay, we've got Gateway Sneak, Colossus, and Dovin again. This is a hand that could maybe perform a robbery. My opponent starts with the Gyre Engineer again, then we're dead. Kind of prefer he just doesn't have Sword Form Hybrid here. No blue mana, so I'm not getting quenched. Yeah, he's gone. We're gonna have Gate Colossus out real quick. I think we're gonna go for Gateway Sneak here. We're snap blocking. My opponent wants to use a fight spell to 2-for-2 himself. Oh. Well, now he's boned. I think we play an Azorius Guildgate. We play Dovin.
Whatever your plans.
We plus.
Statistically, elegance in simplicity.
So now he has a choice to make. He can either attack Dovin or prevent me from drawing cards. I think I saw how my opponent has lost some games, keeping sketchy 2-landers, which has been my downfall as well. Let's go Steeple Creeper, sure. So now he can actually attack Dovin.
You're not entirely incompetent.
Could get out Gate Colossus or just go for Chillbringer here to draw an additional card. I think I like drawing an additional card.
Gimmick is worth it.
Oh, more gates? That worked out reasonably. He could like, yeah, that's what I thought. More gate action. Swing with both. Oh, I forgot to plus Dovin first. Oh, punt. Could have had Dovin at 7.
It's the small things that
Let's just get Colossus out now. Hope that doesn't lose me this game. My opponent can spend his whole turn to knock Dovin down to 2. Unless he has the ability to bounce or sort of ice Gate Colossus. If he has the whatever it's called, the blue colorless bounce grow a creature thing, he could bounce Gate Colossus and do some action here. Rentorn, sure. He could make sure Dovin dies here. No. Oh, this Slime Bind's gonna be off the chain. This time we'll plus.
This is no mere trinket.
He might go for a double block on Gate Colossus, and we're going to destroy him with Slime Bind. And he'll probably concede. Now let's play a Viscopa Vampire and hold up Essence Capture. Now we get to ult Dovin and get 3 cards from our top 10. Not to mention basically threaten to kill my opponent. Alright, kind of need him to get stuck on 2 lands for a turn again. He did draw out of it pretty fast. Oof. Surprised how often you don't remember cards after playing so much draft. Like the names of cards? Oh yeah, card names. Hard to keep all of those in your head, but certainly the mechanics. Keep in mind there's probably like 6,000 cards in my brain. Maybe not that many. And so just the text on them, their size, their rules text, their mana cost. So just imagine keeping the names of them in my brain as well. And I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it's something like that. It's definitely thousands. Keep in mind, like 1,000 cards are printed every year. And I've been playing Magic for 10 years. Close to. Plus there's all the cards that existed before I started playing Magic. Let's run it back. Get that robbery. Opponent's deck is so good. I have to just steal a game. Through his mana screw, basically. And old Colossuses. Constructed. I might have to have a mono red deck built to grind up to the point where that sort of reaches its plateau and then switch to another deck. I don't know. Viscopa Vampire, double Chillbringer, Slimebind. I think I have to keep this, but it's probably not good enough to beat my opponent's like reasonable draw. We have a lot of gates though, so our Gate Colossuses, when they're drawn, will be cheap. Hopefully come out nice and early. I don't know how many Sword Form hybrids he has. Please don't gyre engineer me here. Good. Oh, there's an Essence Capture. I think I'm okay with its 4s. It's its 5s that start giving me worries. I'll just play the Vampire. He does have the stupid 4/4 for 4. It doesn't have double green yet. Enraged Ceratok is the name of the 4/4. So, it would work out okay for me. No, it doesn't have double green. I was going to say it would work out okay for me if my opponent just held up Frilled Mystic here. Incubation Druid. Well, we're late enough that that's not so much of a bother. I'm just going to play the Simic Guildgate. Attack my opponent for 3. Is he just going to trade? That's a I guess Incubation Druid gives him double green. One thing I could consider is just Law Mage's binding Incubation Druid right now. But if he just resolves a different 5, like a Adept or something, I could be in trouble. He has the double green anyway. Well, this is Frilled Mystic if I've ever seen one. I'm just going to jam Law Mage's binding on this thing to prevent it from adapting or being a relevant blocker once it is adapted. And maybe this gets Frilled Mystic'd, then I get to start Chillbringering. I'm just going to adapt in response and then counter it, or just do nothing. Pretty clutch if he also has a counter spell here. No, okay. He's got Incubation Druid to go along with his Hydroid Krasis. That's ridiculous. This is one turn window where I don't have the counter spells up. He could fight my creatures with Incubation Druid. Oh, Galloping Lizrog. Now he's a 9/9. My opponent just has all of it. He has everything he possibly wanted. I could Deputy of Detention that. Yeah, that seems okay. Now he has nothing that can fight a Deputy, and I have Essence Capture available. He does have a Hydroid Krasis. What's this? Be gone. Put the counter on Chillbringer. Yeah, he Hydroid Krasis me last game. And we still almost stole it with good old-fashioned Gate Colossus. So here we can flip a Skittereel pretty quick. We're going to end of turn Slimebind just about anything he plays. What he could do here is like play a Rampaging Randhorn, put a counter on it, and then threaten to fight Chillbringer. And then Slimebind gets him. Could just kill one of my creatures. What do you got? Papa do run. Could just Hydroid Krasis me and draw 2, gain 2, make a 4/4. Oh my god! He's just taking Skittereel. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, I think. Kind of worried about him. He has a lot of fight cards, so kind of worried about him putting a counter on that and fighting Chillbringer with it. I'll need an untapped land if I want to. I'm just going to Slimebind right now. Let's Chillbringer it right now. Mass Manipulation. My opponent's deck is stacked. So he's dead to these next turn, if he doesn't draw something. Open the gates, get a mountain? It's a Gateway Plaza, okay. He's got 4 mana. Okay, Chillbringer's going down. Okay, hit him for 4. It's dead to next Sage's Row Savant. Sorry, the next hit from a Chillbringer. There's Essence Capture and Gate Colossus. Let's put Gate Colossus on top. Skitterdeal is untapped again, so he can now block Sage's Row Savant. We have 3 gates out, so Gate Colossus we can just play, and Slimebind can help Gate Colossus get the final points in if he otherwise plays some big thing. So if he has a fight card in hand, he can grow Skitterdeal into a 1/5 and fight Sage's Row Savant. That's about it. Chillbringer's lethal. See if we stole this one from the Hydroid Krasis monster. Troll Red Guardian, double fight spell. He's got Rhythm of the Wild capable now. Oh my god, after that game 1, I thought there was no chance. Oh. Da 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 da. I'm Dovin it. Whew. That was a sweet draft. And we got a Dovin? I wish in draft you took all your opponent's cards. I just ended his draft. Yeah, he was 4-1. I guess he kept a different sketchy hand. I don't know why he was splashing Rhythm of the Wild. I assume he had some other red card worthy of splashing. Whew. That was thrilling. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and windmill slam the subscribe button above to see more like it in the future. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me streaming Magic Arena every weekday morning at twitch.tv/BlinkyMTG. Hope to see you there.